My name is Benedict. When I gave up on myself after 50 years of feeling unproud, the community rallied when they wanted to keep this business afloat. Strangers came out of the woodwork to help and became immediate friends. And I realized right then and there, helping others was the first thing I needed to do to get well. And the more people we help, and every smile I see, there's a story. And then now I rally for them.
Ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready. I mean...
You've already been thinking about what you're going to say, haven't you?
Haven't you, Mark?
Yeah.
Bet you have.
You want to surprise me?
I don't know. I'm from Augusta, Maine. Born in Augusta, 1964, October 22nd. I started off with a very miserable life. It was bad all the way around. I guess for the first few years of my life, you can say, yeah, well, maybe it wasn't all his fault, but after a while, I think a person gets to a point where they know right from wrong. One of the biggest problems I face is that I didn't think things I did was wrong. I've been a drug addict most of my life, whether it's alcohol or even harder drugs, the cocaine, the heroin. It's just been one rough ride, and then I found out just what that rough ride got me, right where I'm at right now. Because I didn't listen to the doctors, I didn't listen to anybody. I always did just the opposite, you know. They told me to take a left, I'd take a right. Still didn't act serious enough to help myself out of the situation that I'm in right now. I'm in a miserable situation right now. However, I do have some good people now that are helping me. I have Amy here. She comes in and teaches me a couple times a week. She's with hospice, which is, I think that's an excellent program, hospice. Laura, who somehow, some way, would you like to tell them how you met me?
To be honest with you, I think it was just it was happenstance. Remember, I entered the wrong room in the wrong hospital in the wrong ring in the wrong city, and I started to turn around.
Yeah.
And you recognized me. I think my back said it all.
Yeah, red bomb. You ain't going nowhere.
And
You're back here.
I was armed with chicken like I normally am, and then I sat down and then we just hit it off. It was just astounding. It was a dark room, and I could barely see your face. But that was our connection.
God, huh?
Well, then that was our connection, and then when I sat down, there was this mutual sharing of pretty quickly, vulnerable information that each of us shared. You said, I deserve to be here because I'm an addict. And what did I say?
I can't remember now.
I said, what if I told you I deserve to die? And you blew that oxygen hose right out of your head. You were vehement about why. I said, because I'm an addict. You think you deserve to die, that means I deserve to die. And as soon as I started sharing another perspective of being an addict to an addict and seeing you still hardened by that, and my coming here,
I mean,
we just kept sharing and then took it out a little less on ourselves. You know, you want to beat yourself up so bad because you're the only one that does those things to yourself. And then when you talk to somebody that understands that, that's a revelation.
What would you say if there was a person out there, I was going to say child, but a person that has gotten into drugs and they're like at a point in their life where they're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What would you say to them? What would you say that they, what would be your advice to them?
That my advice to them is that there's help out there. there's still hope. You don't have to live in despair and you know, the way it's such a vicious life. There are people out in the real world who care.
Hello! How are you? How are you?
Good.
I brought Red Bond chicken for every single person in the world here. Are you happy with extra ketchup? Red Bond water? You're my favorite people. Good to meet you as well. Thank you. And two more. Thank you very much. It's good to see you. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys know this, but 9 years and 4 months ago, the only reason I'm here today, and 40 families are gainfully employed, and $2.7 million given away and counting, is because of St. Michael's School, showing up for our very first benefit. And that's what put us on the map, and that's what kept the business open, because I saw you lovely, this school, show me how much it means to give back and how many people were affected. So I learned from you how to give. I learned from you how to be open to the possibility that a business can stay open by doing good things. So you taught me more than you'll ever know. So I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart, and I did bring chicken and extra ketchup, by the way, to let you know that this is, in fact, this is what we need in this world today, is for you beautiful people to keep doing what you're doing and loving each other and embracing the fact that, you know, you can do great things by doing little things. Every single act of kindness is never, ever unnoticed. Hold a door open, smile, have coffee with a veteran. Help each other, get on and off the slides. Any single tiny little thing adds up to huge things, and that's why we're able to, at the Red Barn, have benefits because I learned, and in some instances, save lives. We've had benefits for people, and I'm sure you've been watching, that have given families homes that have lost everything, clothes on their back when they had nothing, cancer research, medicines that they couldn't have paid for otherwise. So if you could just lead, you know, every single day, lead with your heart. Every single day, know that every one of you, no matter what anybody says, you are your own champion. Live out loud. Help others, and this world will be, believe me, will be as good as it can possibly be. I just hope that every one of you understands that you're all beautiful, and you're all absolutely the best, most beautiful class I've ever seen, to be honest with you. Every single person, whether you're, you know, real little or a veteran in a nursing home at age 94, has a story. Every one of us has a story. And I think that that story should be shared no matter what, and relived. And what I'm good at, I think, is being able to sit and listen. Listening is huge. Listening is very important. And listening, really listening to people that tell me a story that they know I will continue to tell. So the Battle of the Bulge with Mr. Norman Jervis will be told exactly like he wanted me to tell it. So I'm with people that are dying, I'm with people that are heroes, I'm with people that are struggling, I'm with people that are, you know, have issues with addiction, people like you that are young and getting it really early, that just being a good person is going to make this world change immediately. Some things are a little but now, and today, right here, right now, is the best place for this business owner to be, for sure.
There is strength in education. Sometimes kids are born in a bad way, and that's sad, but somehow, some way, we need to get a better grip on that. That when people do see these children getting abused, he is not getting what they're supposed to be getting, and it shows because of some of the crimes that happen. And kids today are having kids. I just like to see the world, you know, pay more attention to the younger children and the babies. And once we do that, I think we start getting a better grip on how they're going to be when they get older.
Hug your babies. That's all you got to do. Eat
Yeah.
dinner around a table, hug your babies.
Yeah.
If you had anything else, Mark, from where you're sitting right now, and you saw somebody you loved or somebody you didn't know start to make the same mistakes that you made, coming from your perspective now, what would you say?
I beg them not to do it, not to don't turn down that road. Don't take that road that's so easy to take. And it is, it's easy to. You know who my hero is? A guy that stays home, takes care of 5 kids, gets up, goes to work the next morning,
That's
works
right.
all day, comes back home at night, takes care of those 5 kids,
Yeah.
and is happy.
I knew her when she was, let's say, 5, 6 years old with the rest of her family. My father and myself and my brother ran a filling station, and they had the whole crew in their station wagon come in for gas, and I worked on their cars for maintenance. Laura and her sisters and brothers, very close family.
Mm-hmm.
And it always has been. And I'm very proud of that because she's taken that from her parents.
Yeah.
This is Maine Veterans Home in Augusta. We have a great group of people. We have Purple Heart, Medal of Honor people, World War II, we had World War I, a lot of them passed away, of course. And Laura supplies whatever. She comes in and she goes, who needs lobster rolls, who needs stew, who needs chicken nuggets, fried clams. And it's there for the taking.
I came in, I think because it was Sparky, and I didn't know her and I didn't know him, I didn't think. And then when I came and sat down, and he knew me more than I knew him, because he would tell me about my family, and it would just marvel me at the fact that the world is as small as that. It puts a smile on my face and makes me think of nothing other than trying to do good things. And every single day that that happens, it builds and builds and builds. Mm-hmm. And to be able to think that, you know, you could put a smile on somebody's face. It's the best feeling in the world, because I want to be somebody that is in their narrative, to be able to say, you know, tell me about this day, tell me about that day. And then it just builds, and I want to know more about the Nuremberg trials, and I want to know more about the sands of Iwo Jima, and I want to know more about what he did growing up. We had a hard childhood. Dick knows about all that. Things were tough, but it makes you appreciate the pin. That's it. Oh. You couldn't buy that from me for $1 million. It's the tiny little things, and I wouldn't know that if it weren't for coming and talking to people that understand sacrifice, that understand what a big reality is. I mean, what would you know, you were telling me about the last days with your wife?
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
Yes, she died in my arms. Anniversary. But the old saying, you pull your bootstraps up, you still have family and children. it's just hard for me to still cope with. I still have loved ones. Because I thought after I lost my wife, and even my dog, that was it. But that little Miss Second Sweetheart over there took me over, got me straightened out. You're very special to me. Not for, you could give me 20 lobsters today, or none.
Right.
And I'd think and love you just as much, one way or the other.
Well, Dick tells me who needs a lift. Dick gives me to the best of his capacity, because he's very deliberate and he's very aware who might need a little bit of cheering up, even if it's just sitting down on their bed and helping them with their word puzzles. He's really, really good about that, because I wouldn't know otherwise. So sometimes you've got a lot of people here that have been moved to this unit from C or B, and it's hard. It's an adjustment that a lot of people have a hard time with. And when you're really, 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 really lonely, a day is a long time.
I was fortunate before I was admitted here. I had a friend of mine that was on A unit and close to my brother. So we came in and visited him. And then when I did have all my falls and everything, and Miss Sheila Sparky, she lost her father-in-law, the room next down to me. And she came in to visit me. That takes a lot of gump. She goes, that's what I'm here for.
Right.
And that's what you are.
Right.
I'm so fortunate to have friends that I have. All I can say is you do such fabulous work.
One lady said, and her name is Dee, she said I would come and visit my aunt in this nursing home, and she was doing the jitterbug at her grandson's wedding, and she had a stroke that night, and she said I ended up right in the same nursing home. I would go and visit her, and I never would have imagined that would happen to me. And that just goes to show you that life can be, like with Sparky coming into your life, and all of these lives overlapping, and all of these stories being shared, and that builds us up. That saves us from so much. So when you walk down these halls, it's, nobody expects anything, and the littlest things, like Mr. Norman with his Celebrity of the Day pin, it's heartwarming. It's heartwarming, because it's just, every time he looks down, he thinks of a warm experience. The same with you. You know, it's necessary, it's important, and it's little. And I figured that out. From coming around, I figured out how to, I think, how to listen better, how to be more calm, how to be a better person by listening.
Yeah, you've improved in the last 26 years.
I mean, the veterans. I mean, really. Is there not a more noble group of people that ask for nothing in return for having given everything? I mean, that's why the stories that they have to tell, the legacies that they're leaving behind, have to be relived and retold. Mr. Tuttle, who died, my best friend, said, do me a favor, there's nothing worse than dying twice. I can die, I know that. Don't forget me. Don't let me die twice. And that means a lot to a lot of people. That's why I'm bringing him up today. And you know what? When I'm 92, I'll hope that somebody has that to say about me. You never, ever know who needs help. And if we all go in the same direction, we can all help each other, because you know what? I needed help, and I got it from St. Michael's School. Every young person, you have no idea how much of an impact you have. You have no idea. And when your parents love you and hug you, and your teachers teach you, and I stand here and humbly thank you, it's because we're all better people for having known one another, for sure. Again, I wouldn't be open or here, probably not even alive, truth be told, because I was giving up on myself, and I needed somebody from the outside to show me how worthy I was and how to run a business. There's a kindness revolution, and I promise you, there is a revolution that is happening where the pay it forwardness is going to take and is urgently and persistently giving back to others.
Yeah.
Remember you told me the other day that we had this discussion about some of the horrific things that you've been through and have done?
Yeah.
And I gave him a kiss, and I got up and I left, and I came back the very next day, and you were afraid I wasn't ever going to come back because of what you unburdened yourself with.
Yeah, I mean, I've told you some real horror stories about part of my life, you know, and...
Did you feel better after they were out?
Yeah.
So that's going to feel a little bit better, because helping you helps us. I really think that that's a big part of why we're here today, is because, you know, some people don't think they have anything to offer.
I think there's people out there that have a lot to offer.
And you're one of them. But that's the mutual sharing that few people are able to do in this world, and the only way that you can get what you have, your story, to be told isn't to keep it inside because you're afraid of what other people will do. You told me you don't judge anybody.
No.
Because you know what it's like to be judged.
Yeah.
And then we both understood that, because I certainly do too. And our perspective is from a very low, low point in our lives. When I was alone, sitting in my house, giving up on myself, most unproud of every single thing that I knew I'd done and didn't want to remember, what I did do and didn't intend to do, but I did it anyway, was I went out and I went to nursing homes and the veterans' homes, and I came to talk to other people about what they're doing and how they're feeling, and that took my mind off of my own problems. And that made me me. That made me want to go back and hear somebody's stories. Mark's story needs to be told. You have a story. We all have a story. And if you can listen to somebody's story and go, okay, and gain that in perspective, I don't know what it's like to be in pain and have my body's giving out, but I can listen.
Well,
and it helps me.
Are you hoping that if there's anyone that's on the road you were on, that they'll see what you're having to say, and maybe it'll be like a wake-up call for them?
Yeah.
That's what you're hoping.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping some people watch this.
Even if it's one person, it's better.
Even if I can get to one child or one person, even if it is an adult or a child, whoever, even if this could only help one person, I think that's a victory.
And I think I can guarantee this is a victory.
I'm hoping.
I can guarantee it. I'll make sure of it, Mark. Because you have a story and it needs to be told. And I wanted you to tell it.